All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott, formerly of Rankin Technical College, and as part of my YouTube channel, as you can see on the screen, JPS-Jeff Teaches Programming, which currently has one and only one playlist in it, Jeff Teaches Programming-Python. That's what I've been attempting to do. We've gone over structured programming, object-oriented programming, file systems, data structures, etc., and we're in databases right now. All right, a couple things as we get started. First of all, I thought that I had an error in here, so I put a blank space. We don't need a blank space. In fact, it gets screwed up when you do that. But what I did have in here, just so everybody knows, the reason I was having problems with my customer is after the customer address here, I did not have a comma. So what I've done is I've replaced, in customers CRUD, I've replaced my update customer with this, which is a call to the update record, passing the cursor, the customer's table, the customer ID, and then the fields. Customer first name, customer last name, customer street address, customer city, customer state, customer zip code, customer area code, and customer phone number. Now, then I went on to my employees CRUD, and of course in here I had to also at the top import this. All right, the update record, so I had it available to me. Then in the employees CRUD, I again imported that, but I again came in and I replaced what was in there for the update employee with this update record, passing the cursor, employees, the name of the table, employee ID, the name of the primary key, and then the fields. Employee first name, employee last name, employee street address, employee city, employee state, employee zip code, employee area code, and employee phone number. Okay? Finally, I went over to vendors, which again is very similar. And at the top, added the import statement. Okay? And again, got rid of what was in there for the update vendor and replaced it with a call to update employee, passing it not only the cursor, but the name of the table, vendors, the name of the primary key, vendor ID, then the fields, vendor name, vendor street address, vendor city, vendor state, vendor zip code, vendor phone number, vendor fax number, vendor web page, and vendor email address. All right, because those were all very similar to one another. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go in and I'm going to find products, which is again pretty similar. And in the product CRUD, right at the top here, I'm going to make sure to bring in right there. So I brought in again the call to update record. Then I want to come down here again, and where I've got the update product, I want to get rid of, or I should say comment out, everything that's in there. And I want to replace it with, again, just like we did before, a call in here, just like this. All right, but this time it will be products, and it will be product ID, and what's in products. Name, description short, description long. And I guess because I've been trying to keep these things kind of what seems to go together. All right. Image and price. and quantity and category ID. All right, so that's everything in that one. All right. So, of course, that won't be update employee. That'll be update product. Okay. So that one's done. Finally, I'm going to go into orders. And if you notice, I'm skipping order detail and I'm skipping product vendor. I want to do those two last. All right. So we've only got 4 fields in here. All right. And orders does have, it's a little different because it's got a concatenated primary. No, it does not. I'm sorry. It has just, what is in here? Just an order ID. Okay, that's fine then. All right. So again, we will come in here. We will go over here where we've got the update, and we're going to comment out what is in there right now. All right. I'm going to come in, and from the employees that is up here, I'm going to copy that and bring that in to orders. All right. And then let's just grab one of these. It doesn't matter which one, so we'll grab this one. This is vendors, so this should be update vendor. That would not have worked. So we'll grab that. Let's do a save all here. Let's close that. Let's bring this product one in. So again, it will be a call to update order. It's the orders table. Fine. Orders table. It is order ID. And there's only 4 fields in here. They are order date, order ship date, and the other 2 are customer ID and employee ID. Now, I made massive changes in here. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but if it does, I've got 6 of these 8 finished. So let's go back into our, in fact, I'm going to just close a bunch of these for now. Go back into main, do a file save, and let's run this. And I'm going to go and start from the beginning. So for the option, I'm going to put in a 1 like I did before. And let's see. So that was the categories table. Let's put in a 2 right now. We've got brand new updated in here. I don't know why that's in there, but it is. So let's put a 4 in here to a 3 in here to update. And it'll be number 7. And we don't want brand new updated, so newly updated. All right, let's see if that worked. And you can see we've got newly updated. So that one's working. Let's go into 4 and let's do a 7 in here. And then let's make sure it's gone. And it is. So we're back to what we had originally. Okay, now let's go back and let's go to the next one. So let's try customers. So that's table 2. You notice we have just a regular customers. So I'm going to add me. So I'm going to come in here 1. Jeff Scott 755 Par Road, Wentzville, Missouri 63367 314-286-3675. 2, you can see I'm put in there, but there's some mistakes. I want RD there. Wentzville is spelled wrong and the zip code is wrong. So let's go into 3 for an update. We want to update number 28. We'll want to keep Jeff. We want to keep Scott. We now want 751 par RD for road. For Wentzville, WENTZVILLE. Missouri is fine. The zip code should be 63385. The area code's fine and the phone number's fine. So let's go to 2, and you can see that's been changed, that's been changed, and that's been changed. So that's working. All right, let's remove 28. So 4 with 28. 2, we're back to what we had originally. Now next, let's go to employees. So number 3. And let's look at what we've got. We've got just our regular 8 employees. So let's add an employee. John Doe. All right. All right, now that should have added John Doe in here. So, but you can see there's mistakes. So let's go to again 3 to update, and it's number 9. So we want John instead of John. Doe is DOE. Let's say that it's 123 Pine Way. The city, let's just say again, we'll say St. Louis. The state is Missouri. The zip code will be 63113. And let's say that the area code should be 314. And let's keep the phone number. All right. And now let's take a look and see if it made our changes. So John Doe, 123 Pine Way, St. Louis. Okay, everything's cool. Now let's remove that record. And that is number 9. So that's been removed. All right. So we've now checked categories, customers, and employees, these first 3. Let's go to orders. We can do orders, products, and vendors. There could be mistakes in here. I don't think there are, but there could be. So 5. Let's do a 2 right now. All right. You can see the last one that's in here. This is one I put in. So let's play with that one. All right, well, we can create another one. It doesn't really matter. So we'll do a 1 in here. Order date, again, will be 2020. In fact, that isn't one I put in. 2024 10/05. 2024 10/06. I'm purposely leaving off the dashes. Customer ID will be 944 again. The employee ID, the customer ID is wrong. I bet that's the order ID. Son of a gun. This might break. So 700. Now it says that it's in there. That's fine. So let's do a 2 rather. There's the new one we put in. Okay, let's make some changes. So we'll do 3. And 945, and the order date is fine. The order ship date should be 2024-10-06. The customer ID, we're going to make this 1021, and the employee ID will make 701. Let's see if it took. So those were what we had in here, right here. We're going to see now if it made our changes. So 2, and there it is. That's now correct. That's correct, and so is that. Let's remove that record. So 4, 945, and let's make sure that it's gone, and it is. So we have now checked categories, customers, employees, and orders. Let's go to products. All right, we've got 40 products. Let's add one. A new product. Short description, I want to say none. Spell it wrong on purpose. Image URL.com. Price $45.67. Quantity 234. Category ID 3. Let's see if it got put in there. There it is. So let's see if we can modify it. So we want to do a 3 for update of 41. We'll say new product. Okay, this will be none. This will be none. This will be new product.com. The price will leave as it is, and the quantity will leave as it is. Category ID will leave it as it is. So let's go to 2. There it is. Change this, it changed this, it changed this, and it changed this. Let's get rid of that one. So 4, 41, a 2 to make sure it's gone, and it is. So we have now verified that hitting enter works for categories, customers, employees, orders, and products. Let's try vendors. So that is 8. All right, we have 10 vendors, so let's put in another one. Vendor name, Bob. Street address, 123 Main. City, again, we'll say St. Louis. State, Missouri. I'm doing that wrong on purpose. Put that in there for the phone number. Let's make this correct. 314-333-4444. Fax number we'll make 314-333-4444. We want to change that in a minute. The URL, url.com. And the email address will be url@url.com. All right, did it put it in? There's Bob that we just added. So let's make some changes. And that is number 11. We don't want to make, so this will be Bob's Furniture. Just making this up. It'll be 345 Park Place. The city will be St. Louis. The state will be Missouri. The zip code will be 63113. The phone number is fine. The fax number will change to 314-333-4445. The web page will be bobsfurniture.com. The email will be bob@bobsfurniture.com. Let's see if it put that in there, those changes. So Bob's Furniture, Park Place, St. Louis, everything looks good. Let's remove that record. So 411, make sure it's gone. Okay, so 5. So what I've done right now in a short amount of time, in 20 minutes, is I've gone through now and I have added the ability that if we want to just hit enter. And we've got it done for 6 of these. So we've got it done for categories, for customers, for employees, for orders, for products, and for vendors. So we've got yet order details and product vendors are what we have to do yet. So let's see if we can get those done. All right. So we've got, let me close a bunch of these that I've got open. So categories can close, customers can close, employees can close, orders can close, products can close, and vendors can close. We'll open order details, and we will open product vendors. All right, so these are the only three now we have open. All right, in fact, let's also open, we'll open up categories. All right, why? So we can just do some copying. Let's copy this, copy that to order details at the top. We'll also copy it to product vendors at the top. All right, now going over here to order details. For the update, all right, so that's done now. Let's do the same thing for product vendors. All right, so now we can put in our new one. So here's categories. It's categories CRUD. So we want to put in here, we want to just grab this, copy. Let's start with order details. And this is going to be update order detail. All right, so this will be order details. Now this is a combined primary key. It's order ID and it's product ID. So we will put in here order ID, comma, product ID. All right, and then our two fields will be these two. So let me just grab these and I'll make a couple superficial changes on them. All right, so this will become order detail quoted price, and this will be order detail quantity ordered. Okay, that actually should be it. We'll check on it in just a moment, okay? So file, save all. Let's do the same thing to product vendors. Okay, I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to put that in here. So this will be update product vendor. Again, the table name is product vendors. And it's product ID and vendor ID. All right, and the fields are simply these two. Let's bring those in. Again, this is going to be screwed up for just a second. There. Now I'm hoping, if I didn't miss anything, I've got this done now. All right, so again, file, save all. So the only two that we still have to check in here, and I want to rerun this, are going to be number 4, order details, and number 7, product vendors. If we have those done, all right, then we'll be able to go on. So Again, a file, save here. We can now remove the categories one and go back to main, and let's run this. All right, so we've got to check 4 and we've got to check 7. So 4. All right, I don't know if this is one we added or not, but we're going to add one anyway. So 1. So the order ID will again be 944. This one will be 36. $25, and we want 25 of them. All right, if we do a 2, that should be the last record in here now. There it is. So let's make some changes. So 3. So yeah, 3 for update. And it'll be 944, 36. All right. So the price value is now 25. We'll make this 250. And the number in stock, we'll make that a 100. All right, let's do a 2 and see if it updated. 250 and 100. So that one's working. We won't even remove that one. That's no biggie. All right, but let's do a 5 here. And let's go back to product vendors, which is the only one we have left to check. All right, so that is number 7. And the last one in here, well, we'll add another one. How's that? So we'll do a 1. All right, it'll be 40. We got 6, 9, and 5. Let's make it 2. Let's make it 25 cents. And the days to deliver, we'll make it 3. All right. So you can see that in here. We're going to now make changes to it. So instead of that, we'll have the price be $25, and the days to deliver will be 7. Let's look and see if it changed those. $25 and 7. That's good. So everything in here is working. What does that mean? That means that in this version that I'm doing right here, this version here, all right, again, I now have that generic CRUD that's got right now CRUD functions in it. Okay. And what I should be able to do now is to go into every one of these. So let's do them in order. Let's go into categories. And we can now get rid of the update category, which we had in here previously. So that's gone now. Save all. Let's get rid of that one. Let's close this. Let's bring up customers, CRUD. And again, let's get rid of the one we commented out. So that's done. Again, a file, save all. So the second one is done. Next, we want employees. So let's go to employees CRUD and get rid of that one. Save. So we've now removed the original update category, the original update customer, and the original update employee. Let's go into order details. We'll remove that one. Let's go to orders. That's been fixed. Let's go to products. That's been fixed. Let's go to product vendors. That's been fixed. Finally, let's go to vendors. So by writing a generic update record function, I think we've saved quite a few lines of code in here. I didn't count them. Personally, I don't really care that much how many it was, but I'm sure we saved quite a few. All right, so we now have, we can probably close our generic, close our main, and close our vendors CRUD, and close our generic CRUD. That was the only one that I wanted to get done here. All right, so let's go back here. We'll go to 5, we'll go to 9 to exit. All right, so now in version 2, what I've done is I have added the ability to come in here and to add the ability to hit enter if you don't want to change the value that's currently in the database. And I think that's pretty darn important myself. Now there's one more thing I want to do in here, but what I'm going to do is, because this is now working, so we've got I call these first and second. Let's call this first, and we'll put in here no generic, no try except. Okay, so this will be second, and this one, let's just close this just in case it's going to be any problem here. We're going to put in here second, generic update, no try except. All right, now what I want to do is I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to call this one third, and it'll be called generic update with try except. Okay, all right. So I want to be able to come in here now and add the ability to do try and accept in here. I did a bunch of investigatory work on this. All right, and I think what I'm going to do, even though we're only 34 minutes in here, I'm going to stop here, get my act together, bring all that stuff in, and try to add that. Because right now, when we run this, just to show you real quickly, let's go and bring this one up. So let's bring up the third one. And this is going to break, okay, just so you know, it's going to break. All right, so in our modules, we'll just bring up main, and we're going to run this. So again, I'm going to attempt to run this, and I'll put in here let's try 2 for customers, and let's add a customer. So first name, Jeff, last name, Scott, address 123 Main Street, City, I'm going to leave blank. State, I'm going to leave blank. Zip code, I'm going to put in hello. It may take all this. I don't know. Because all of these may have been set up as strings, and if they are, it might take these. Yeah, it did. Okay, so let's see. If we look at this now, yeah, it just put in empty strings, which I really didn't want. So let's just get rid of that one. 28. Oops. We want to delete 28. All right, so it's back to the way it was. 5. What can we do in here? Let's try vendors. We'll create vendor name. We'll put again Bob. Address 123. City. Hello. State. ST. Zip code. It doesn't matter. This was set up as a string. Phone number. This was set up as a string. Fax. So was this. The URL, we should be able to leave blank, and the address we can leave blank. So again, it's probably just fill those with blanks. So let's do a 2 to look at it. Yeah, it did. Okay, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. All right, so let's remove that one, 4, and it'll be number 11. Okay, and we'll make sure it's gone, and it is. So let's go back again. What else do we have in here? How about products? I think this one we can break. So product name, short description. I don't want any. I don't want a long one. The URL, product.com. The price, I'm going to try to break it here. I'm going to put in hello. The quantity, I'm going to leave blank. Category ID, I'm going to leave blank. Now, it did create them. I'm surprised. And you can see it did put in a bunch of blanks in here. I'm surprised it did that. Don't know why it did, but it did. Let's try one more. Let's try order detail, but first I want to remove this one. So 4, 41, 2, okay, it's back. 5, let's try order details and see if I can break that one. I'm going to leave the order ID blank, leave the product ID blank. I'm going to leave the quoted price. That still took it. My goodness. See, it shouldn't be doing this, but it did. It took it. Let's get rid of it. Okay, and that's gone. Maybe I can't break it the way I thought I could right now, but I do want to come back in and I want to talk to you about exception handling. I know we've talked about it before, but I want to show you try except and make a bunch of changes in here. So that's what I'll do in the next lecture, and I'll see you then.